What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another edition of Sunday Swim here on Matty Fish 33 on YouTube. Thank you if you've been here before for coming back and joining us again. If you haven't, please subscribe, hit that bell, get those notifications. So guys, let's get into this Sunday swim. First thing, obviously this is not a live Sunday swim. As I stated earlier this week in a video, I will be away for this Sunday. And then also, I believe the next week I'm away as well. So Sunday Swim's not going to be live for a couple weeks. But let's get into what's been going on right now. So, did a couple things in preparation. These guys got a little extension on their water change. They actually just got their water change yesterday. Mostly because I just wanted to give them a nice water change the day before I went out. And away for a few days just to make sure everything was, a-okay and right where it should be. Didn't want any nitrates getting too high or anything of that nature. But as you can see, as usual after water change, everybody's really fired up. Some of these guys have been doing some moving and shaking this week. I think right now our top two fish is still our tangerine tiger, Tangy back there, and Dolph Lundy, our big blue dolphin right here. But I mean, some of these other guys really kind of making some pushes. Our Star Sapphire, it's so hard to tell with him. He's a very docile fish in my experience so far. Doesn't really mess with anybody, but always looking beautiful and never gets messed with. So he's probably up there too. And as I'm saying that, of course, Dolph comes in and checks him. But he's up there as well, because you can see how dark his anal fin has, some dark coloration on it right now, and his pectoral fins too. He's definitely up there. Some of these other guys have been doing some moving and shaking as well. Obviously, our VC10 still up there in those ranks. Brody, our Taiwan Reef, is still up there. He got nipped a few weeks ago, so his top fin's not quite as prominent. So I think once that finishes coming back, though, he'll make his way back up in those ranks. Our Midnight Peacock here has made a lot of progress. Not just a slate blue fish anymore, if some of you guys maybe have seen in the shorts, but he's really starting to hold his own with these haps here, even though he's one of the smaller fish in the tank. So a couple notes on things I did besides water change to prepare for going away. So you might notice there's no heater right there. Well, there's a reason for that, guys. So this heater was getting a little old, a little worn, and I'm gonna replace it, but I didn't have time to do it before I went away, as ironic as that might sound. But have no fear, guys. I tested this. Look, no heater for over a day, and we're at 80 degrees. So my ambient tank temperature is right at about 80 degrees, give or take a half degree, because our apartment is warm enough that it just stays like that. So I don't technically really need a heater in this tank, especially being in this, apartment building, and our temperature is very, very, very consistent. So I'm not worried about it. And the other thing was, because the heater was old and worn, it kept coming out of its holder, and it's just, I say coming out, but like these guys would swim up near it and they would knock it out, believe it or not, all the way up there in that corner. But so for that reason as well, I took it out because I didn't want the heater getting knocked around if it came loose while I was gone for a few days, and potentially coming home to one of a number of potential disasters, i.e. a broken heater, electrocuted fish, or the other worst case scenario, which I'm not even going to throw out there, but I think you can guess what that might have been. Oh, check out Tangy flaring up right there, guys. A little show off for you. Also, our Tetrastigma has really been making his way up those ranks too. He's a little bit out right now, but there we go. So he comes down, and you can see his blues and his reds are starting to come in a little bit. So really starting to pop off on that Tetrastigma as well. I told you guys when I get back, I'm going to do another fish featurette. Shout out to Tyler Plant. We're going to do it on Sir Richard here, as I announced in our other video. So be on the lookout for that sometime next week, guys. Let's take a look at the 112 real quick and see what's been going on in there. So same thing, these guys got a nice water change the other day, and you know, got a little glass scrubbing done just so they're ready for being away for a few days. And you know what, it's going to be good for the fish though, guys, because they get a few days where their bowels get to rest, things like that. And gonna have really nice nitrate low water when I come back, because it'll be a few days without feeding. And if for those of you that aren't sure, or that may be a little concerned about that, not to worry. This happens in the wild all the time. Sometimes these fish can go days without eating if they were in the wild, believe it or not. So I mean, you don't need to feed your fish every day, and they're not going to die after not being fed for 5 to 7 days. They will be fine, I promise you that, especially as well fed as these guys are. Check out our thick bar chitimba though, really getting that beautiful pearly bluish purple. Like I said in the other video, he's been really fired up lately. I'm hoping he's really going to pop off soon. Our pullet, his mask has been fading in and out. Right now it's down, but we'll see. He's going to pop off soon too. Our Eastern Happy looking beautiful. 19MAY gang doing well. Our Sokolfi just luminescent as ever. Our albino Sokolfi. But everybody in this tank doing really, really well. Oh, one other thing, guys. There will be somebody coming to this tank when I come back from New York. I just didn't want to do it before I went away for a few days, because I don't want to take any type of risks without being able to monitor it properly. So Fry Guy is finally going to be big enough, I feel, to move back into this tank when we come back from New York. So be on the lookout for that too. Probably it'll be in the later stages of next week. Not sure yet, we'll see. But that's definitely coming once we come back from New York, and it's gonna happen, I promise you guys. So shrimp and guppy tank, more like plant life tank at this point. I kid, but I mean, look at all that duckweed. I'm going to start culling that very soon and putting it in the tanks with the Umbunas and the Victorians, and it'll give them a nice little healthy snack. Our guppies and our endlers, they're doing pretty well in here, but you know, I haven't really gotten as much breeding as I had hoped for. Maybe I am, but maybe they're just getting eaten. I mean, I see Fry in here and then see him for a couple days and then that's it. But hey, that's nature, guys. So we'll check back. Maybe we'll work on some improvements for this tank in the near future too. So let's go back to the big boy tank, the 150 real quick. Also, before we do that, as I've stated in the last couple videos, let me know what you guys want to see here. I gotta set this tank back up, and I'm going to do it soon. So let me know in the comments below what you think you'd like to see in this tank. It's a 135 gallon cube, 3 foot by 3 foot by 30 inches tall. So back to the big boy tank real quick, guys. I'll give you a nice little wide shot, and you can see how clear these guys live in terms of water quality and clarity. And you know, I got a couple other things I got to take care of in here the next time I feel like doing some major maintenance. Fat Cat here, our big Synodontis, has been slowly pushing these rocks apart as he gets bigger, finding a place to sink. So as you can see, there's not much gap there anymore, and some of the egg crate has been exposed. I'm not too worried about it shifting, but you know, I'd like to kind of get that a little bit back where it was originally. It was a little bit higher and a little more aligned. Just kind of makes me a little nervous, but I'm not too concerned with it shifting. And then our other Sino, he's usually hanging out in the log. Yep, there he is down in there. He's a little smaller. Big guy doesn't fit in there anymore, as I've said before. But so that'll be it for this Sunday swim, guys. I will see you when we do this live again. And thank you guys for the love and support, and continue to do so. We are almost monetized, guys. We are almost there. And we're going to bring bigger and better things to this channel in 2024 for you guys. So please continue to follow along. Stick with this journey. I promise you won't regret it. Thank you guys. Have a great day. Matty Fish out.